please let this be a normal field trip?
With a friend? No way!
Oh.
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good.
Ah, The Simpsons, the TV show that just will not and cannot die. I haven't watched any of the newer episodes at all, but anytime I want to quote about The Simpsons, I'll always take myself back to the good old episodes I remembered watching. Whenever it's Gimme the Bat, Put It in H, and We Sell French Fries? Hell, even my fiance got me a Simpsons jumper as a gift, and that was pretty dope as hell. The video game series hasn't been the luckiest for The Simpsons, as a lot of them are pretty mediocre. I've already talked about Hit and Run, a beloved classic childhood game, and The Simpsons Wrestling, a god-awful waste of my time and money. But today we're going to be talking about The Simpsons Road Rage, aka The Simpsons Uber Driving. Yeah, The Simpsons predicted Uber. This game was released in 2001 and developed by Radical Entertainment, the same company that developed The Simpsons Hit and Run, and also Hulk Ultimate Destruction, and 3 Crash Bandicoot games. All of them were a big pile of wampa shit. So let's see how Road Rage fares. The opening begins with Homer telling Bart to quit playing video games so he can watch some TV. And as a video gamer myself, I would absolutely be triggered by it. The family watch the news where Ken Brockman announces that Mr. Burns has purchased all public transportation so he can have his own radioactive buses that acted as taxis.
Please kill me.
Now, Hans Moleman, we don't go around saying things like that. It's 2025 as the release of this video, and we don't want to get people upset.
That poor man. I hope someone does kill him.
Alright, well fuck him then. As the radioactive buses are a threat to public health, many Springfielders have decided to create their own taxi business. And so, the main objective is set in motion as you drive around to pick up and drop off passengers and earn enough money to send Mr. Burnsy Wernsy out of business. The story overall is very simple, but that's all it needs to be. Anything more than that would be overcomplicating things, and I would be asking myself questions. The graphical look is decent, it's nicely colored and animated well. I don't mind the whole cartoony graphics here, kinda similar to how Cell Damage looks, and while the face models are not up to par in some areas, I can appreciate and give it the benefit of the doubt for how the game looks, especially for a 2001 title no less. We head over to the main menu, and again, it's simple and basic. You have Road Rage, Sunday Drive, Mission Mode, and Head to Head, which I'm assuming is multiplayer mode. You start off with either Homer, Bart, Lisa, Marge, and Grandpa, and your beginning location is at Evergreen Terrace. Unlockables will be talked about later on. Now this does bring up a big issue for me, and that's the loading screens. It goes on for way too long. I've had my past experience with long loading screens being a major pain in my butt, but this is no exception. The Simpsons Road Rage's loading time for the PS2 takes around an average time of 40 to 50 seconds. It may not sound too bad, but it can drag on for quite some time. I also wonder if my copy of the game has been broken or scratched to hell and I'm just left out in the void waiting for this game to finally load up.
Just get to the game already.
Alright, fine, Jesus! When the game finally loads up, you get placed in your desired location and you begin playing the game. The main objective is to earn as much money as you can before the timer runs out. And if the timer does run out, then it's game over. You can pick up passengers and they'll say the one-liner to inform you that this is where they want to go. You drive over to the destination, drop them off, rinse and repeat. You can earn bonuses like extending your timer and earning additional money. And the way to earn additional money is to drive over to the destination as fast as you can. When picking up passengers, you get another timer in the form of a stopwatch, and you have to reach the end of the goal before the stopwatch timer runs out. If you complete it on time, you'll earn the bonus money for how fast you are, and if you're average or slow, you'll obtain less bonus money. But however, if the stopwatch timer runs out, the passenger will jump out, you'll forfeit your potential earnings, and you will have to try again. Another way to earn more money is to perform a little hack when you go back and forth. I made a tips and tricks video on this, and the link will be in the description box below. Check it out and send me presents. Sometimes you'll often get objectives like break objects along your way, or try not to bump into any vehicles. If you successfully complete those objectives, you'll earn even more money. but be careful and try not to get hit by Mr. Burns or the radioactive buses. And damn, these buses do not mess around. If they spot you, they will do whatever it takes to ram you off the road, so do your best to avoid them. Each character does have their own unique car to drive, like Homer with the family sedan, Grandpa with the Shrinner's cart, and Marge with the Canyonero.
Everyone better stay out of my way.
I want my mommy, I'm scared! And they also have stats as well. And while Marge and Otto vehicles are heavy hitters that can smash through other vehicles, but they can be a bit slow to maneuver, but with Apu's car for example, they can drive around pretty quickly around buildings and obstacles. So who you want to decide to play as is important if you want to grab some bling bling dollar, I don't know if that's still a phrase nowadays. Speaking of moving, the controls for driving your character around are okay, not the best controls, but I definitely have experienced far worse, let me tell you that. When moving the left analog stick, it can be pretty responsive and the movement is sensitive. But that's the problem I have. I think the control handling can be too sensitive at times, especially when you're driving at top speed. By moving left or right, it can really send your vehicle out of control, and it can be a little tough getting back in control without crashing into something or someone. Which reminds me, you can run over people in Road Rage, which totally isn't foreshadowing anything in the year 2003. The locations to visit are fine. As mentioned earlier, you can drive around Evergreen Terrace, as well as the Entertainment District, Springfield Dam, and a nuclear power plant to name a few.
Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear.
It's nice to check out the landmarks and the cool Easter eggs if you're a massive fan of the show. And while you do have an arrow you can follow to your destination, but often enough, there will be shortcuts you can use as well to save time. And not gonna lie, I did feel good about myself when performing those shortcuts. And you can learn more about the locations and the shortcuts when you're partaking in Sunday Drive, when there is no timer and you can play the game at your own pace. However, you won't be able to earn cash in that game mode. I did at some points hit invisible walls and structures that I know I could hit and run over, but the game just sees it as an unbreakable object. These things can be a bit annoying for me personally because there's a timer in my head and I have to quickly try to get through without losing major time. When the session is over, you get ranked based on your playstyle, and if you earn enough money overall throughout the game, you can choose to either unlock characters or new locations. Really your choice at the end of the day.
Hey, your rating is
Reckless.
So the gameplay overall, I'll admit, I did find myself having a bit of fun for around 20 minutes or so. And I guess this brings me to my biggest problem about Road Rage, and it's the fact that this game's gameplay style can get pretty old and boring very quickly. And one word comes to mind when I think of Road Rage, and that word of the day is repetitive. The longer I played Road Rage, the more I came to realize just how repetitive the gameplay can be. And just in case you haven't put the two pieces of the puzzle together, The Simpsons Road Rage is a copy clone of Crazy Taxi. It's basically the same game, just with the Simpsons texture instead. I can't show off Crazy Taxi's gameplay because my disc doesn't work, so please don't bash me in the comment section. I will point out that while it is okay for games to take some inspiration because where would we be without our classics, but it's important to find your own methods and gameplay features. Otherwise you'll just be labeled as a copycat. And there is no excuse for Road Rage to just copy and paste a video game genre word for word. People are not stupid and they can see right through it. And if some people don't believe me, Sega did sue Fox Interactive, Electronic Arts, and Radical Entertainment for blatant infringement. And it is easy to see why that was the case. I didn't mean to make a pun about courts, but hey. I guess I rest my case. But back to the repetitive side of things. The way to beat the game and send Mr. Burns out of business is to earn $1 million. Which means depending on your playstyle, you could be playing up to 8, 10, 12, or even more than that to get to $1 million. So many hours would be spent on doing the exact same shit over and over and over again. And one would have to question if all that hard work and effort would be worth it once reaching towards the very end. And even trying out mission mode when you partake in a total of 10 missions, and they can range from destroying objects before the timer runs out and reaching to the marker without getting hit. And while it is a different gameplay style, but again, it all comes back to being repetitive, as most of these missions are exact same as before. And the worst part about mission mode is the loading screen is longer than the actual missions themselves. and that is a major kick in the balls if you ask me. And if you fail the mission, guess what happens if you want to try again? Yep, more loading screens. Of course there fucking has to be. And even though I did mention earlier about the money glitch you can perform, hopefully finishing the game a lot quicker, but once again, it all falls back to being repetitive. The back and forth of driving can get tiresome, and I'll admit, I ended up getting extremely bored around earning the $4,000 mark, to a point where I just put my favorite podcast on to listen. But it didn't help much, I'm afraid to say. And plus, I did get super annoyed about hearing the squeaky teen guy talking about how he was supposed to clean out urinals at the movie theater.
Please don't tell my manager you saw me. I'm supposed to be cleaning out urinals at the movie theater.
At the end of it all, I don't think I'm going to try to beat Road Rage anytime soon. It's not that I can't. I know I could if I did an all-nighter and drank 10 Red Bulls. It's just that I can't be bothered going through the same sessions over and over. And that's coming from someone who has done some repetitive stuff in video games before. But not this time. I've got a kid to look after.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So, The Simpsons Road Rage was something, I suppose. I didn't mind the graphics, and the controls are fine to control, but I can't ignore just how repetitive the game gets at long playthroughs. Part of enjoying a video game isn't about telling a good story or delivering as many game modes as possible, it's all about having fun at the end of the day. Say what you want about Hello Kitty Roller Rescue, because even though it's not targeted for me at my age, but who cares? I had fun playing that game. Road Rage was not fun for me to play at the slightest. Regardless if it's the mission modes or the road rage, I was left feeling exhausted playing that game. And that's coming from somebody who spent 3 hours on this game. It's really difficult for me to recommend this game because if you just want to play a video game that's similar to Crazy Taxi, then just play the actual Crazy Taxi game. The Simpsons Road Rage is not a game I would suggest trying out unless if you enjoy punishing yourself. It's not worth it, even trying to finish the game or unlock everything. So I guess I'll leave the video saying this. I am glad I stopped playing this game because otherwise I would have had a Marge Simpson Road Rage incident. And believe me, we all have a little bit of Marge Simpson inside us. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. I thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. My name is Justin Hurst, telling you to keep calm, and keep playing video games.